Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's matchup of the Putnam Beavers and the Sci Tech Cybercats. This little inner city rivalry spawns from the schools being right next door to each other, sharing fields and courts for a lot of sports, and teaming up together for sports such as swimming. Sci Tech starts with the serve to open this first set. Waiting for the officials to get ready. The serve is over and inbounds. Putnam receives a bump set spike rotation with a nice block. Sci Tech recovers, but unable to get a good hard block in there. Putnam recovers. Sci Tech pushes it over after not setting it quite in that setter's box. Putnam with a good hit that goes out of bounds. Sci Tech gets a second serve. Another nice serve right over the net. Bump set, spike set up, a nice little tap over the net. Hit into the setter's box by Sci Tech, who spikes it over. Instead of a set, a bump is done there, who then tips it over the blocker. Sci Tech has a nice little hit to the back row. Putnam sets it up, but has a double hit on that play. Sci Tech with their third serve. Putnam with a nice reception off that one. Then they push it to the back corner. Jawan Collins receives, sets it up, and a nice spike right into the blocker and out of bounds. Sci Tech point. Sci Tech on a roll to start this first set in the match. Another nice serve over to that back corner. The bump in the setup. Sci Tech manages to recover on that one, but then called for a carry. Putnam with their first serve of the game. Putnam's libero serves it over and it's good. Jawan Collins on the reception, but unable to pop it up for the setter. Putnam serve. Putnam with their second serve of the game, over the net and inbounds. An impressive display of serving from both teams. Sci Tech unable to get it over with a bump set spike and instead opts to bump it over. Putnam with a tip over the blockers. Sci Tech with a nice hit, which is blocked by Putnam. Putnam with their serve. We're tied at 3-3, Putnam serve. Over, out of bounds, but Jawan Collins decides to receive it. Sci Tech unable to get it inside those guides, so it's hit over, out of bounds. Putnam with the nice serve, received by Sci Tech. The bump and a setup on the bump, but unable to keep it on their side of the net and set up for a hitter. It goes over, out of bounds. Better reception there for Sci Tech this time, with a beautiful 10 hit over the net. Putnam recovers, but then hits it out of bounds on the other side. Sci Tech looking to get some momentum back. Putnam is up 5-4 on this set currently. With this serve, Sci Tech can tie it up. The bump, the set, and the spike for Putnam. Off the blocker's chest. Sci Tech unable to recover afterwards. Sci Tech missing covering their blockers. A nice hit over there. Sci Tech loving the left side, but Putnam, with the tip over the blockers, is able to outsmart Sci Tech on that play. Sci Tech with the reception into the setter's box, but not hitting it, opts to tip it over the net. Nice little block over to the 10 line. Putnam sets it up and spikes it over. Sci Tech loving sending it to number 10, Juwan Collins over there, who that time pushes it just out of bounds. Putnam is already looking to cover Juwan. He's the only one who's really hitting for Sci Tech. Putnam with the serve. Bump, set, spike by Collins over the net. Putnam recovers. Bump, set, and then they dump it over. In the back row, Sci Tech gets it, sets it up, and hits it. Putnam unable to receive. They're too far forward on that one. This is Spike Attack presented by Focus Springfield. Thank you for tuning in. Sci Tech with the serve. A free ball sent over by Putnam. And a free ball sent right back, pushed to that back corner by Sci Tech. The tip over the blocker, recovered by Sci Tech, but Sci Tech has a player who hits it twice in a row, which is illegal. Putnam up 9-5 on this set. High school volleyball sets are played to 25, win by 2. To win the match, it's best of 5, so you have to win 3. The 5th set goes to 15 points if it's played. Putnam pushes it back to the back corner. Sci Tech recovers and sends it over the net on a little tip. The bump, set, and a nice little hit by Putnam. Able to put a lot of spin on that one. Dumped back to the corner by Sci Tech. The bump, the set, and the spike with a nice block by Sci Tech to end that play. Sci Tech not out of this one yet, but could be soon if they don't step up their play a bit. Putnam with the bump, the set, and a little tip over, but called for a double hit. Sci Tech with the serve, bump, set, spike, but out of bounds on Putnam. Sci Tech with another serve. Sci Tech pulling it together when it counts. Excellent display of serving from both teams so far. Putnam manages to tip that one over the net. Sci Tech scrambles, but manages to get a good play out of that one. Sci Tech recovers. Excellent on the play. Excellent on the net play from these two teams. But Sci Tech's smaller front line finding it harder to defend these big guys from Putnam. The reception, bump, set, and a nice little 10 hit over the net by Sci Tech rather. Sci Tech with a couple hard hits in a row there. Juwan Collins serving for the High School of Science and Technology. Sci Tech and the Springfield Renaissance School team up together for high school volleyball. Juwan Collins is one of those kids from Renaissance who transferred over. Juwan Collins is a senior this year in his 4th year with the team. Putnam with the serve over the net. Received by Sci Tech. Set up very high. Almost recovered, but the set not strong enough to make it over the net. You really need to push those free balls to the back corner in order for them to be effective in any way. The setup and a nice little spike that doesn't quite make it over the net. Putnam looking to put this one away. A missed serve there. Point Sci Tech, serve Sci Tech. Substitution called. Sci Tech bringing in their big man to play in the front. In high school volleyball, a lot of the time you'll have taller players in the front and shorter players play in the back. As soon as a small player gets to the front in the rotation, he's subbed out for a taller person who can block. When a taller person rotates around to the back, they're often then substituted back out for that smaller player who can get those digs and receive balls that are hit lower to the ground. Sci Tech with a nice little block there, but unfortunately hits it out of bounds. In the area, we don't see many high school volleyball players who have volleyball as their primary sport. A lot of these athletes are basketball players or football players or soccer players who need a spring sport to play, want something fun. Putnam is up 15-11 on this set. Make that 16-11 as Sci Tech receives the ball and sends it out of bounds on Putnam's side. Receiving those balls is so important. If you don't hit it to the right spot on that first hit, it's tough to set your team up for the rest of that possession. Sci Tech jumps up and has a nice little hit on a ball that Putnam sets a little bit too close to the net. Sci Tech starting back over at the beginning of their rotation. A really strong serve by Sci Tech that Putnam is unable to return. Serve Sci Tech, point Sci Tech. A double there, an egregious double there by Putnam. You can tell when you have a double hit when the ball spins normally. A double hit is when you set the ball with two hands at two different times. Putnam hits the ball over those blockers. When you hit the ball with your hands at different times, you'll often see the ball spin a little bit in the air. That's when the referees know to call those doubles. Sci Tech with another serve. Serve just out of bounds, not quite enough top spin to make that one dive down. Putnam lucky that one goes out. We've seen great play up close to the net by Putnam and nice receptions, but they haven't been playing especially well with 10 hits or those plays from the back, as Sci Tech lets that one slip right between their fingers on a broken set. Sci Tech with the reception, not quite in the setter's box, almost managed to recover. If they did, that might have ended up being a carry anyway. That's not the hit you want. If it's low and you're reaching like that for it, a lot of the time you'll see players try to hit it with their knuckles to those back corners. If you hit it underhand with one hand like that, it's almost always a carry. Sci Tech almost managing to reach for that block, but instead hitting it up and out of bounds, unable to recover it. Timeout called by Sci Tech. This is Spike Attack, presented by Focus Springfield. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Brendan Holland. On camera tonight, we have Chris Stone and Chris Polanco. Have a game you'd like us to cover? Would you like a disc of a game we have covered? If so, please give us a call at our studio in downtown Springfield, 413-241-7500, or visit us at focusspringfield.com, facebook.com/focusspringfield, and youtube.com/focusspringfield. We're back in the game. Putnam with the serve and up 20-15 in their home gym. Sci Tech coming off that timeout with a much better reception, but unable to get a finish there. That hitter really needing to back up and getting a couple good steps in to add power to their hit. Ball looks like it's out of bounds, but Sci Tech receives it. It's too close to call while you're in the game. That looked close to a carry, and that one is called a carry on Sci Tech. Hitting the ball underhand in any way that is not a bump is very, very frightening. A nice serve by Putnam to that backside. Sci Tech hits it over to that back corner. Putnam unable to recover. For a while it looked like Putnam was catching on, that Sci Tech is mostly hitting from that front left side. But the past couple possessions, they've been leaving it open for the hit and not going up to block. Putnam with a beautiful hit that Sci Tech is unable to recover from. Putnam ball, Putnam serve, Putnam point. Putnam up 23-16, just 2 points needed to win this set. Bump set and the spike by Sci Tech. It's blocked by Putnam. Set point, Putnam. Looking to close this one out right here, bring it to the next set. A little bit too much oomph on that serve. Putnam's a little too excited to move forward to set number 2. They push it a little hard and it goes out of bounds. This is a very dangerous spot for Sci Tech. Because it's rally scoring, you can score even when it's not your serve. So if Sci Tech serves it out of bounds or not over like that, Putnam scores a point and wins the set. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back with set number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Springfield's Spike Attack, presented by Focus Springfield. Tonight's matchup is the Putnam Beavers versus the Sci Tech Cybercats. Putnam, after the first set, up 1-0. Looking to go up 2-0 with this set and put this one away. Putnam starts with a nice serve. Sci Tech pushes over a free ball in retaliation. Putnam sets up a nice bump set spike sequence with a hard hit that Sci Tech receives well. Sci Tech responds with a hit of their own, but unable to get good connection. Instead tips it over just out of bounds. An excellent display of serving from these teams so far. Sci Tech scores the point as Putnam attempts to block it, but tips it out of bounds behind them. A nice block by Sci Tech that goes just out of bounds. Putnam wins the serve back and is up 2-1 on this set. A nice setup by Sci Tech, who's just unable to finish with a hard hit. Nice little dump by Putnam over the net, giving Sci Tech the perfect opportunity to set up a hit, which unfortunately is hit out of bounds. Not enough topspin on that one to keep it in. Putnam up 3-1. In addition to the impressive serving, I have yet to see an ace as I jinx it for Sci Tech. Both teams receiving very well this match. The serve by Putnam over the net, received well by Sci Tech, who hits it over. Putnam receives it well back and then tips it straight down past those blockers. Sci Tech and Putnam, each with a couple big guys up front. Putnam looking like they have a little bit better footwork to get to those balls. Foul called against Sci Tech on that play. Putnam serve. A nice hit by Sci Tech's center blocker right over the net. Hits the ground between a bunch of Putnam players over there, who it looks like they just don't know what to do with a guy that big. Sci Tech with a nice serve to that back corner. Putnam pushes over a free ball. The bump, set. Sci Tech pushes it too far over the net on that first play and Putnam hits it. Putnam unable to complete their 3 hits on that play, and Sci Tech wins the point. Putnam doubling Sci Tech right now, 6-3. Putnam goes up 7-3, so they win the point and the serve back. Good serving, very important. Sci Tech with a nice serve over to Putnam. Retaliates with a great bump set spike setup. Sci Tech with a strong hit that's sent out of bounds. Putnam up 8-4 on this set. Looking to extend their lead, make it a little bit more comfortable. This may be their opportunity, but Sci Tech recovers. The bump set and spike by Putnam. Sci Tech receives, but sends it straight over the net. Another great setup by Putnam. Sci Tech is unable to receive that one well. Point Putnam. When you have a tip like that, you want to try to push it to where there are no people. You want to look for the back corners or right over the blocker. Right over the blocker hasn't been open that much for Sci Tech when they're tipping, because Putnam has been doing a very good job covering their blockers with their back row hitters. Sci Tech, however, starting the game so strong, has fallen into a bit of a funk towards the end of that first set and most of this second one so far. Calling a timeout and looking to get it together. This is Springfield Spike Attack, presented by Focus Springfield. Thank you for tuning in this evening. We're very excited to be out here covering volleyball. It's a underappreciated sport that is so fast-paced and so fun to play at a high level. Sci Tech receives it, hits it real well, right into that blocker. Putnam unfortunately blocks it down onto their own side. Putnam sends a serve over. Sci Tech receives, but sends it out of bounds on the Putnam side. Putnam up 12-4 on this set. A commanding lead. If Putnam pulls off this set, then Sci Tech will be down 2-0. We'll have to win 3 straight. It's tough enough to win sets 1, 2, and 3 straight, but to win 3, 4, and 5 is even harder because it means you were outmatched in the first 2. Putnam with a miscommunication on that play, letting it drop onto their own side of the floor right up next to the net. Putnam hits it out of bounds. Sci Tech doing much better receiving, but still being unable to get those final hits in. They keep getting the power from their hitters, but need a bit more of the placement. Putnam with a nice little soccer volley over the net. Legal, just a bad idea if you don't know what you're doing. Excellent up at the net sparring by both teams. This is a great possession. This is truly great volleyball we're seeing here tonight. Putnam hits it out of bounds and Sci Tech wins the set. In volleyball, the longer a possession goes, the more anxious everybody in the crowd gets. But alas, whether there are 2 volleys or 200, it's still worth 1 point to whichever team wins the point. Sci Tech tries to hit it over the net, but instead hits it right into the net over there. Looks like a carry for Sci Tech, but the refs let it slide. Putnam unlucky. They let it drop onto their own floor. Another miscommunication. Putnam needs to pull it together. They want to win this set. They've still got a comfortable lead, but 6 points can disappear pretty quickly, especially with a serve that dips like that. Holy cow. Look at the topspin on that one. The pancake no good. Putnam somehow receives that serve from Sci Tech's Jawan Collins. And Sci Tech unable to do anything with the ball they get from Putnam. Nice little hop serve by Putnam over the net. That time the placement being alright for Sci Tech, but the power lacking. Putnam just sporting bigger guys who are able to hit it through Sci Tech's blockers. Sci Tech looks to win this match. It looks like they are going to need to do it with offense rather than defense. They haven't been receiving especially well, or blocking very well. Putnam's at the net play, very, very good. But Sci Tech bringing in a couple more big guys in hopes that their luck will improve in the on-the-net sparring. Sci Tech serves it. Putnam with a bad reception, but manages to make something out of it, sending a free ball over to Sci Tech. Sci Tech sets it up and spikes it to the back corner, but it's received well by Putnam. Putnam with a tricky back set. Sci Tech not expecting that one and hitting it out of bounds. All the teams in the city of Springfield seem very evenly matched in volleyball, with the exception of Commerce, who has a few kids who are really exceptionally good. I was told that they have 3 kids who played year-round in Puerto Rico before recently coming to Springfield and playing together on this Commerce team. We saw Commerce take on Central just the other day. Sci Tech with the hard serve right into the middle of Putnam's side. A great one hit by Putnam, some on the net sparring, and Sci Tech is able to block that one. Their center blocker being in the right place at the right time, barely having to jump to block that one. Putnam up 18-13. Sci Tech looking to come back. That ball hit out of bounds by Sci Tech. Unlucky serve. Putnam up 19-13. Looking to put away this set. At that point, Putnam goes up 20-13. Putnam needs 5 points to win. Sci Tech needs 12. It's not looking good for our heroes if you're a Sci Tech fan. Sci Tech has a chance for redemption as Putnam serves that ball into the net. Serving can be problematic for a lot of these high school teams. Sci Tech found their rhythm on that one, managed a nice hit to that back corner. It seemed like the hitting on Putnam's side is a bit more spread around than Sci Tech's. It's part of the reason why it's been so hard for Sci Tech to get a block, because they don't know which hitter is going to be set up, whereas Putnam can guess that it's going to be one of probably 2 people on Sci Tech's side, depending on where Sci Tech is at in their rotation and who's in the front. Sci Tech serves it over inbounds. Has a nice little pancake on that one. They're able to recover. Sci Tech playing this do or die set. In theory, they have a chance to come back after this one, but very, very rarely does a team win 3 straight after being down 2-0. Sci Tech scoring 3 straight points here before conceding the ball to Putnam. Now it's Putnam's serve. Putnam is up 21-17. Sci Tech needs to side out here. Sci Tech receives and has a nice hit over the net. This set as close as they get, 21-18 in favor of Putnam. Sci Tech serve. This is Spike Attack presented by Focus Springfield. Visit us online, at focusspringfield.com. A nice hit by Sci Tech, but a better hit by Putnam. Putnam goes up, now only needing 3 points to win this set. A nice setup by Sci Tech with a cross hit, but it goes out of bounds. And a timeout called by Sci Tech. Sci Tech needing to win this set. They technically have a chance to come back, but it would be very, very tough to do so. This is Spike Attack presented by Focus Springfield. Thank you for tuning in. Both these teams looking for supremacy. On Roosevelt Ave here in Springfield. Sci Tech needing to side out on this possession in order to win the set. And there we go. An excellent hit with good placement by Sci Tech. Putnam unable to recover. The bump set and spike. Broken block. Sci Tech sets it up and then sends a little free ball over. Putnam has a nice answer, but doesn't have a great answer for that one. Sci Tech able to recover on that play. Hopefully they get back into a little more rhythm in this game. Sci Tech with a weird little hit there. And Putnam wins that crucial point. Miscommunication there on Putnam's side. They're unable to win the point, so the set goes on. Putnam up 24-20 on Sci Tech. Sci Tech needing to score 5 points in a row without missing a serve or losing a point. A broken block on that play. Putnam wins the point and the second set. Putnam up 2-0. We'll be back in just a second. This is Spike Attack presented by Focus Springfield. Welcome back to Springfield Spike Attack presented by Focus Springfield. Tonight's matchup is Putnam Beavers against the Sci Tech Cybercats. Putnam is up 2-0 on this match. We have Sci Tech's libero step in. A nice serve over the net to start the set for Sci Tech, and a beautiful block to finish off that first possession. If Putnam wins this set, they will win the match. Sci Tech needs to win 3 in a row in order to win the match, a feat that is very, very difficult to accomplish. Sci Tech playing very hard, getting right into that setter's box. Putnam retaliating there with a nice little trick tip over the net instead of a set. The set a little farther for Putnam. On jumping up to spike it, they hit the net. Sci Tech serve. Bad reception by Putnam, but they're able to recover and push it to the back corner. Sci Tech with a better possession, but hits it right into the block. It's Putnam's first points of this set. Putnam down 1-2. The ability to tie it at 2 with this serve. Bad reception there for Sci Tech, but recovering and sending over a free ball. A nice block there by Sci Tech. Putnam keeps it alive, even though they are a little confused about who's setting that one. They almost recover off the block, but hit it right into the net. Serve goes back to Sci Tech. Sci Tech can play at this level for the entire set. They'll be looking pretty good. Sci Tech up 3-1 against the home team Putnam Beavers. Although you can hit Sci Tech with a baseball from this gym if there were no walls. The two schools are right next door, which breeds some friendly competition between teams. The referee's checking lineups right now, it's looking like. And we're ready to play this point. This is Spike Attack, presented by Focus Springfield. My name is Brendan Holland. Our camera crew here today, we have Chris Stone and Chris Polanco. Thank you for tuning in. That little break, probably not good for Sci Tech. Had a good rhythm going. Sometimes taking a break can make you fall out of it. But converting on that block, sending it straight down in front of those blockers like you're supposed to do. But Sci Tech scores that point, gets the serve back. An ace to the back corner. We haven't seen that many aces this game. Both teams doing fairly well at receiving, and occasionally receiving it into that setter's box up front. The bump set and spike to the back corner by Sci Tech. Putnam sends the free ball over, and Sci Tech recovers. Nice little trick tip over the net. Sci Tech switching it up nicely with tips, free balls to the corners, some nice line hits and cross hits. Switching it up means your opponents aren't able to predict what you're going to do as well. Sci Tech gives up the point on that one. Putnam pretty excited about that one. Looking to close out the match on this set. The reception for Sci Tech goes a little too far over the net. And upon getting it back, they hit it just out of bounds. The serve for Putnam. A broken set over on Sci Tech's side. They're unable to send it back over. Sci Tech needs to find that good rhythm they had in order to win this set and hopefully come back and win the match. An ace for Putnam. Sci Tech should maybe call a timeout to break Putnam out of this rhythm they've gotten into. We're seeing some good serving from the Beavers and great blocking as well. Good reception right to the setter's box by Sci Tech, but it's set up a little bit outside. Sci Tech unable to recover, not in position for that play, expecting a 3-hit sequence from Putnam, but not getting it. Teams are tied at 6. The tip over the net by Sci Tech. Putnam recovers. A nice setup. Sci Tech feeding that front left position all the time. Sci Tech pushes a free ball to the back corner. It's recovered by Putnam, but Putnam has a double hit on that play, conceding a point to Sci Tech. The bullet over the net by Sci Tech. Putnam tries for a nice little one hit, but the set is a little low, and Putnam is unable to get it over the net on that play. Another nice serve by Sci Tech. Sci Tech left those back corners open and was very lucky Putnam didn't push the ball to the back. Sci Tech has a nice hit that's just out of bounds on that corner, but nonetheless, Sci Tech is up 8-7 on the home team, Putnam Beavers. This gym is truly beautiful. It's built to be able to hold the entire student body of Putnam. When they built the school, the state wasn't willing to fund an auditorium, but instead was willing to fund a gym. So the way Putnam got around that was they built a gym big enough to hold all the students in the school. Sci Tech with the bump set spike over the net. A nice little hit, but it looks like it goes outside the guides by a little bit. Sci Tech unable to convert on that point. Sci Tech has been playing well so far this match when they're ahead, but then hasn't been playing as well whenever they're playing from behind. Blocked by Putnam, but then recovered by Sci Tech. And again, that ball hit just outside those guides on the side. The serve by Putnam. That ball a little low for a set. Looked like Sci Tech should have popped it up with a bump. Putnam is up 10-9. Serving. Sci Tech needs to keep playing to get ahead and win this set. Sci Tech with a fancy little play, popping it behind their back to send it over the net, and then closing out that point with a block. Nice display of commitment and athleticism from Sci Tech on that play. That second hit not going as well as Putnam hoped. Sci Tech ties it back at 10. We're seeing a nice battle here on this third set. Sci Tech not giving up and not willing to lose in straight sets to a Putnam team that has been playing outstanding so far this game. An ace to the back corner by the High School of Science and Technology. A broken block by Putnam with a really hard hit. Sci Tech tips it back out of bounds. Putnam is down and serves. That point puts Putnam at 12 to Sci Tech's 13. The serve and a nice reception by Sci Tech. We have the set and a free ball pushed over to the opposite back corner. The setup and a nice little hit by Putnam over. We have the bump set and a hard hit right to the middle. Putnam sends over a free ball. A good 10 hit by Putnam, or rather by Sci Tech. Putnam not expecting a hit on the second touch by Sci Tech, not being prepared to receive that. The first two sets, Sci Tech played very, very consistently, too consistently, feeding the same hitters and hitting to the same spots most of their plays. This set, they've been switching it up a bit more, and we've seen benefits from that already. Sci Tech sends over serve, and there's a broken set on Putnam's side. And a bit of miscommunication as two players slide in to recover on the second hit. Another nice serve by Sci Tech's libero. And a beautiful hit by Putnam to that opposite corner. Two good hits by Putnam, and Sci Tech is able to recover. That's the part where you need power and placement. Sci Tech pushes that one to the right spot, but hits it just out of bounds. Putnam gets the serve back. Putnam's down 13 to 15 on this set. He's looking to close out this match right here. Putnam is 12 points away from winning the match. Sci Tech needs 9 more points to win this set, and then they need to win the 2 subsequent sets. Sci Tech with the serve, just out of bounds. Putnam gets the serve back and a point. 16-14 Sci Tech. In high school volleyball, you play best of 5 sets, so first person to win 3. If the 5th set is played, that one is only to 15 points rather than the normal 25, and you switch sides after the first person gets to 8 points. Sci Tech with another hit to that back row, and it's just unlucky. They keep getting it inches out of bounds. Sci Tech needs to find their rhythm again. We've seen good, consistent play from Putnam this game. When Sci Tech is hot, they're hot, and when they're not, they're not. Has been kind of the story of this matchup. Putnam looking to side out here. The serve by Sci Tech. The nice setup to the outside hitter. A cross hit. Sci Tech receives and sends it straight back over. Putnam's setter on the set has a double hit, conceding the point to Sci Tech. Sci Tech serves. Sci Tech serving, taking a dive by a little bit this set, but making up for it in other areas of their gameplay. A nice set by Sci Tech's libero and a free ball pushed over to the back row. The bump set and hit right into a blocker by Putnam. Sci Tech blocks that one down and scores the point. Sci Tech making good use of their libero in that back row. Serve over the net looked just out of bounds, but Putnam receives it nonetheless. That one dumped over by Putnam, sent high and out of bounds over on Sci Tech's back row. Sci Tech is up 20-16 in a great position on this set. Sci Tech only needs 5 more points to win. Putnam needs 9. The only difference is Sci Tech needs to score 40 more points after this set if they're looking to win the match. Sci Tech 4 points away from their first set win in this match. That ball hitting the outside of the guide there. The ball is able to brush past those guides, but only if it goes through on the inside. The serve from Putnam from the back left corner. The bad reception sends that one far out of bounds behind the Sci Tech bench. Sci Tech finding their second wind at the right time. And managing to beat Putnam by being a bit unpredictable. Sci Tech not quite managing to get that one over the net. Putnam with the serve. A nice serve across over the net. Sci Tech sets up over on that left side. Putnam sends back over a free ball. And the subsequent hit by Sci Tech. One looks like it's out of bounds, but Putnam goes for it. It's easy from our position to tell when something's out of bounds, but when you're there on the court, it's tough to know how the ball is moving, how close the lines are. Bump, set, and spike by Putnam right into the blocker. Sci Tech's blocker stepping up big this set. That time Putnam tips it over the blockers. Sci Tech sends over a free ball. Putnam sets up a nice outside hit, but then tips it right over the blocker. Sci Tech unable to cover that blocker from behind, and Putnam scores. That serve a little low for Putnam. Sci Tech on the cusp of winning their first set. That first hit looking like a double for Putnam, but no call. A dump over the set by Sci Tech. That one looking out of bounds, but Putnam hitting it nonetheless. Putnam spikes it, but doesn't get enough top spin on it. Hits it right out of bounds on the opposite side. Hitting over a blocker is tough, unless you are either really tall or really skilled, or preferably both. Sci Tech at 24 points, looking to win this set. Putnam at 20, needs to score 5. Sci Tech wins the point, wins the set. Welcome back to what could be the final set of this Sci Tech Putnam matchup here at Roger Putnam Vocational High School in Springfield, Massachusetts. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Putnam is up on this match 2-1. Sci Tech winning the do or die set 3. First serve is inbounds and over the net. Sci Tech receives it well and sets up for a good hit. Putnam blocks it and recovers. Push to the back corner is recovered by Sci Tech. The blocker a little bit out of position, so unable to hit it hard. A free ball sent over to the back corner by Putnam. Sci Tech playing with what looks like two setters for the past couple sets at least. The hit by Putnam a little low and not quite over the net. If that was a little higher and was actually blocked by Sci Tech, Putnam would have been able to hit it again because it resets your hit count. But since it didn't go all the way over, Putnam gets called for 4 hits. A nice block by Sci Tech, keeping them in this game. Sci Tech up 2-0 on set number 4. Sci Tech giving up a point. Putnam serve. Putnam could tie it at 2 with this point. Putnam looking a bit tired in the past couple sets. Really looking to close out this match on this set. Putnam's libero going at it with his feet. We're looking at a soccer player during the regular season, possibly. A lot of players on high school volleyball at this level don't play volleyball as their primary sport. That's definitely the minority of people. A lot of these people are basketball players or soccer players who are playing volleyball in their off season. A great hit from Putnam's center, but it's hit just out of bounds on the cross. Sci Tech's up 4-1 on this set, in a great position early on. A nice serve. Putnam with a great setup. It's hit way high and out of bounds by Putnam. Sci Tech up 5-1, loving where they're at. Serving looking really, really good for Sci Tech. And Putnam not receiving well. There it is. Sci Tech is up 6-1 on this set. It's impressive how this team has been able to pull it back together the past couple sets. That set a little bit too far, and Sci Tech's able to block it down before the Putnam hitter can get to it. Putnam calls a timeout. Sci Tech is up 7-1 on this set. The biggest lead this early we've seen yet this match. This is Spike Attack presented by Focus Springfield. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Brendan Holland, along here with our Focus Springfield crew of Chris Stone and Chris Polanco. Visit us online at focusspringfield.com, facebook.com/focusspringfield, and youtube.com/focusspringfield. Putnam calling that timeout to regroup themselves, but also to shake up Sci Tech a little bit, who's found a great rhythm early on in this set. With that missed serve, Putnam gets the serve back. Putnam is down 2-7 on this set. 2-8 with that missed serve. Good serving is so important. Not only do you get a chance at a point every time you serve it over, but with better serving, it makes it tougher for the other team to receive. Sci Tech gives up a free point there. We've seen 3 missed serves in a row. The reception for Sci Tech is sends it a little bit too close to the net. Sci Tech setter is unable to pop it up for a hit. Both teams looking a little tired. You see that a lot early on in these seasons. When you start getting into the end of the third and the fourth and the fifth sets, the lack of conditioning during the winter is definitely seen in these players. Sci Tech is up 9-4 on this set. A nice serve there. They extend their lead. Free ball sent over by Putnam. Sci Tech has a fake set or a fake spike, and then a player hits it over. We see a bump to that back corner. A nice back and forth by these two teams. We see Putnam touch the net on that block. It's Sci Tech's ball. Putnam elevating on that hit to win the ball back. Putnam really needs to have a movie-worthy rest of this set to pull off the match win. Putnam is down 11-6, or rather 11-5 early on in this fourth set, or I suppose midway through at this point. Sci Tech needs to keep up their good serving and great receptions, keep them in this. Putnam spikes it down onto their own side. You can see Putnam definitely a bit shaken after that last set. Putnam has a back set, sends it over on the second hit on that play. Sci Tech not expecting to see the ball until after an additional hit, unable to recover. Sci Tech with a nice reception. They've been setting it to the setter's box so well these past couple plays. Putnam with a pancake. They're able to get a second hit in, but can't pop it up high enough to get it over the net or in the direction of the net. Sci Tech with a substitution. Seeing a very high usage of liberos from both teams. A great hit by Putnam there. Sci Tech is unable to recover. Sci Tech receives it, sends over a free ball across to the back corner. Putnam with the one hit straight back. Sci Tech loving these cross hits, but Putnam able to recover every one. Sci Tech might want to consider sending one down the line. Sci Tech sets up their middle blocker for a hit, but he's unable to send it over the net. Good reception by Sci Tech. Sci Tech needs to keep their composure to stay in this as they send that hit out of bounds. Putnam able to trim Sci Tech's lead to 4. Sci Tech up 13-9 on this set. And a nice hit just over those blockers who tip it, but Sci Tech, like we've seen elsewhere in this game, not covering their blockers especially well. Timeout called by Sci Tech. Their lead being trimmed way down by a determined home Putnam team. This is Spike Attack, presented by Focus Springfield. Thank you for making us a part of your evening. Team's coming back out onto the floor from the timeout. Putnam with the serve. Sci Tech looking to keep the once commanding lead that they had early on in this set. Sci Tech hits that ball way out of bounds on the opposite side. Sci Tech with a nice back row hit. That's a little bit out of bounds, called by the refs. Sci Tech a little put off by that call. And there it is. With that reception, Putnam ties it at 13 after being down, I believe it was 7-2 at the beginning of this set. Good on the net play from both sides. Putnam edging out a little bit and getting a hit to the back row. A lot of Sci Tech players had drifted to the front, and Sci Tech is unable to recover on that hit. Putnam has their first lead of this set. Sci Tech needs to side out. They're looking to win this set and then the subsequent one to win this match. A nice hit from out of bounds by Sci Tech, but to no avail. Putnam wins that point. We're hearing a lot of cheering from this Putnam home court. Looks like a carry, but no call by the refs. Sci Tech sends over a free ball. Putnam sets up for the spike, which is blocked by Sci Tech. Putnam recovers nicely. Sends a free ball straight over to Sci Tech's libero. A nice hit by Sci Tech that Putnam is unable to recover from. We're seeing great play from both teams. Putnam is up 15-14 on this set after being down significantly at very early on in this set. Sci Tech needs to get their composure back and stop hitting it in the blockers like that. Sci Tech sends over a free ball. Sci Tech unable to get it back to that setter's box again. That was a huge reason for their success early on in this set, as they were able to get it right to where their setter wanted it with that first hit, so then their setter is able to get it to their hitters in a very good position. When those first hits are bad, it makes everyone after that useless. Good play there by Putnam. And the outside hitter hits it straight down the line into the corner. It's in bounds. And Sci Tech wins that point. Sci Tech takes the lead back, 16-15. A great battle happening here between the State Street neighbors. Great 10 hit from the back row by Sci Tech. Something we haven't seen much this game is strong 10 hits. Something that other Springfield team, Commerce, excels at. The majority of their hits coming from that back row. That hit by Sci Tech's Jawan Collins puts Sci Tech back up 16 to 17. Then that miss hit ties it again for Putnam at 17s. Both teams are 8 points away from winning this set. If Putnam wins this set, it's all over. Sci Tech wins. Then we go to set 5, played to 15 points. If a fifth set is played, the team that gets to 8 points first wins that set more than 80% of the time. Sci Tech not going up to block when it counts. Putnam really not looking for a fifth set. It's a toss-up a lot of the time there because you only need to get to 15 points to win. That ball served just out of bounds by Putnam. We're tied at 18. A great serve to that back row by Sci Tech. Sci Tech hits it over after one hit. Putnam has another nice hit. Sci Tech blocks straight down. Sci Tech needing to find their rhythm in order to win this set and, in theory, the entire match. That set a little low, and Sci Tech unable to get a great hit. Putnam with good placement again, and a great block there to keep this possession alive. Sci Tech a little eager to get that one over the net. He sends it just out of bounds. Putnam is up 20 to 18 on set number 4. 5 more points and we could all be going home. If Sci Tech wins this, we will play set number 5. That point huge, sending Putnam up 21 to 18. Putnam needing only 4 more points to win this set and the entire match. This is do or die time for Sci Tech. We'll see a lot of good sets and hard hits, hopefully, by Sci Tech. And that always starts with a good first reception. A lot of the time at this point in the game on the high school level, we see kids get a little too eager with their hits and they go for power rather than placement. We see a lot of balls hit out of bounds, both long and wide. Sci Tech needs to keep their composure in order to stay in this match and this set. Putnam unable to recover. Sci Tech scores the point to side out and keep them in this game. Sci Tech down 21 to 9. Sci Tech needs to score these next couple points in order to still allow for a couple errors by them and being able to win the set. The double setter rotation not working out for Sci Tech there, as both of them go for the set on the same play. The setup by Sci Tech, Jawan Collins with the cross hit. Putnam with a nice recovery, sends back over a free ball. Sci Tech's play lacking that possession, considering a free ball was sent over by Putnam before. A nice hit to the back. Putnam unable to recover and pop it up. Sci Tech getting back in this one. Sci Tech is down 22 to 20. This is crunch time. excellent block by Sci Tech when it counts. Putnam pops over a free ball. Putnam with the bump, set, and spike just makes it over the net. That spike there mattering a ton. Sci Tech able to recover. A lot of hustle from both teams. Sci Tech scores that point, bringing them within just 1 point of Putnam. We may go past 25 points. Remember, volleyball you have to win by 2. Putnam's placement there, winning out over Sci Tech's positioning. Putnam is up 23-21 on this set. Putnam scores 2 in a row right there. They win the set and the match. Sci Tech needing to side out on this play desperately. Bump set and tip over the blocker by Sci Tech. Sci Tech with a nice dive to recover. An excellent second hit off the block by Sci Tech. We've seen some quick hands and quick footwork from Sci Tech. Sci Tech pushes it to that back corner, and Putnam is unable to cover the ground and still get it in bounds. Sci Tech again is within 1 point. It's 23-22 on this set. Sci Tech wants to score 3 straight here, obviously. Putnam goes to hit it over on the second hit, tactic that has worked to fool Sci Tech a bunch this game. But instead, hits it out of bounds. Oh, that not being good. Sci Tech with a missed serve when we're tied at 23 in a do-or-die set. Putnam with the chance to win it right here. The bump, set, and a free ball sent over by Sci Tech. And that's the game. Putnam comes back to win the 4th set, 25-23. Putnam wins the match with by a 3-1 margin in set victories.